Okay. Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and start our new unit over, well, it's over Unit 9, which is involving like area, perimeter, circumference, and things like that. The first thing we're going to do though in our first lesson is conversions. So 9.1 is about conversions, which is something that you guys are already familiar with. If you take a look at the chart that's given to you here, it says English system of measurement. English, also known as customary, is how we measure things in the United States. We measure things in inches, feet, yards, miles, ounces, pounds, gallons, quarts, pints, those kind of things. We'll talk about, on the next page, we'll talk about metric, which is what the rest of the world uses. For some odd reason, the United States uses English. So let's go ahead and talk about our first conversion, number 1. How many pounds are in 192 ounces? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is figure out, well, what are we converting in between? Well, we have 192 ounces, so we're going to start with ounces. And we need to convert to pounds, which is LB. So we're going from ounces to pounds. So we go up here and we find ounces to pounds, okay, right here in weight. 16 ounces in 1 pound. So that's our first ratio we're going to write. 16 ounces over 1 pound. And we are given that we have 192 ounces. How many pounds is that? So again, it's just a simple cross multiplying. We have 16x equals 192. So really here we're just dividing by 16. And you do need your calculators for today. 192 divided by 16. So 192 divided by 16 in our calculators is nice and easy number 12. So X is 12 pounds. So really there we were just dividing 192 divided by 16. Okay, and number 2, how many pints are in 2.5 gallons? Okay, let's go back up here. We have 2.5 gallons. We know that in 1 gallon there are 4 quarts. And in 1 quart, there are 2 pints. So really here we're doing 2 different conversions. We have to go from gallons to quarts, then to pints. So our conversion would start with gallons because we have 2.5 gallons. We have to change that to quarts. And then we go from quarts to pints. So let's just start with the gallons to quarts first. So we know that in 1 gallon, there are 4 quarts, and we have 2.5 gallons. So really here, all we're doing is saying 4 times 2.5, which if you went to your calculator, 4 times 2.5 is 10. So really we have 10 quarts, okay? But now we have to go from quarts to pints. And up here it says that there are 2 pints in a quart. So quarts to pints, we have 1 quart. There are 2 pints. And right now we have 10 quarts. So how many pints is that? Again, we're just multiplying. 10 times 2 would give us 20 pints. Okay, this next one where it says now you try, we're going to do this one in class tomorrow. You guys are going to try this one in class tomorrow, or you can try it tonight on your own to convert yards to inches. That should be easy. If you just look right up here, it tells you how many yards are in a foot and then how many inches are in a foot. So you have to go from yards to feet to inches with this one. Okay, we'll do that one tomorrow, or you can try tonight on your own. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the metric system of measurement. So this is not how we measure things here in the United States. This is how they measure things in Europe and most other countries in the world. And it's actually a lot easier to measure in metric because things are just moving decimal places once to the left or right. Each one of these stair steps represents a decimal place. So a kilo is 1,000, hecto means 100, deca means 10, and 1 meter, gram, or liter is right here, this middle step. And then deca goes backwards, centimeter is a hundredth, and then milli is 1,000th. So if we're jumping staircases here, each stair is a decimal place. So if we're going from 1.254 kilometers, which is way up here, and we're jumping to meters. So there are 1,000 kilometers in meters. So if we are moving, check out this arrow here, down, we're going to multiply by 10 every step. So if we start up here in kilo, because we have kilometers, then we jump to just meters, which is the middle step. That's 1, 2, 3 steps. So that's like multiplying by 1,000, which is the same thing as moving the decimal 3 places to the right. So if you take 1.254 and we jumped 3 places to the right, we would jump 3 places to the right with our decimal, which means that 1.254 kilometers is 1,254 meters. It's that easy. You just move the decimal place. Okay? And now that you try this, now we're going to go backwards. We are taking, go ahead and erase this. We are taking milliliters, which milli is way down here at the bottom. So we have 34,982.8 milliliters, and then we're going to deca, which is all the way up here. So let's see how many we are jumping, how many stairs we're jumping. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're moving to the left. So we're going to move our decimal places 4 places to the left. So it was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a decimal place. So if we have 34,982.8 milliliters, we have 3.49828 decaliters. So metric system of measurement is very simple. You just move the decimal places either to the right or to the left, however many stair steps you jump. Okay? All right, moving on to the next page. Okay, we are now looking at some more metric conversions, but this time we're converting between the metric and the English, or the metric and the customary. Remember, the English or the customary is what we use here in the United States. So if you ever wanted to know how many kilometers are in a mile, it tells you here that 1 kilometer, what they drive in Europe, is approximately equal to 0.62 miles here in the United States. Okay, so again, this side is the metric to English, and this side is the English to the metric. So we're going to be using this chart when we do some of our conversions on this page. The first one, in example 4, what is the perimeter in inches of the rectangle below? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay, so before we do that, we need to make sure that these are even in the same unit of measure. Right now, one's in centimeters, one's in millimeters. So let's go ahead and put them both, it doesn't matter if you put them both in centimeters or millimeters, because if you look up here in our table, we have 1 millimeter equals 0.04 inches, which is what we're trying to get to, and 1 centimeter equals 0.39 inches. So we can either go for millimeters or centimeters. So let's go ahead and change this one to a centimeter so it matches the width here. Remember, if we go back and we look at centimeters and millimeters, here's milli, and centa is just one step above it. So we're just going to move the decimal 1 place. We're going to move it 1 place to the left. Bam. So 6.24 centimeters is 62.4 millimeters. So from here, then we're going to go ahead and find the perimeter. So we're going to add up all the sides. So we have 6.24 plus 6.24 plus 13.2 plus 13.2. We're going to put that in our calculator. 6.24 plus 6.24 plus 13.2 plus 13.2, and our perimeter is 38.68. 38.68, okay? But remember, that is in centimeters. And the question wants to know what is the perimeter in inches. So we're converting, we're going from centimeters to inches. So we need to look up in our table and find out how many centimeters or how many inches are in a centimeter. It says right there that they're in 1 centimeter, there is 0.39 inches. And then we're going to use our perimeter, which is 38.68 centimeters, and convert that into inches. So really all you're doing here is multiplying 38.68 times 0.39, and notice it also asks you at the end to round to the nearest tenth, which is 1 decimal place. So 0.68? Oh, it should have been 38.86. I'm sorry, 38.88 because I left off a 0.2 up here. Anyone catch that? Sorry about that. 38.88 is our perimeter, not 38.68. And then we multiply that times 0.39. So that gives us about 15.1632 inches. And if we were going to round to the nearest tenth place, which is 1 decimal place, that 6 rounds it up, so it's 15.2. So let's go back over here and fix our perimeter. Our perimeter should have been 38.88. This one should have been 38.88. And then our conversion was 15.2 inches. There we go. Okay. And number 5, how many gallons are in a 3-liter bottle of soda? Okay, so gallons, liters. So we're going from liters to gallons. So let's see what we can find up here. Liters is metric. And I don't see liters to gallons. I see liters to quarts. And then we know that there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So we're going to have to do a double conversion here. Oh, that's weight. We have to use this right here. It's the same. So we're going from liters to quarts and then from quarts to gallons. So liters to quarts and then from quarts to gallons. So we have 3 liters. Let's see. For 1 liter, it's 1.057 quarts. And we have 3 liters, so how many is that going to be? So again, you're just multiplying 1.057 times 3. So let's do that in our calculator. 1.057 times 3. So that'll give us how many quarts we have. We have 3.171 quarts. What was it? 3.171 quarts. Okay, and then we need to take quarts and change it to gallons. We know that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon, and we have 3.171 quarts. We need to figure out how many gallons that is. Well, I know just by looking at those numbers that we have less than a gallon because 3.171 quarts isn't enough to make a whole gallon, which is 4 quarts. So we have 4 times x is 4x, and 1 times 3.171 is 3.171, and then let's divide by 4. Let's do that on our calculator. And again, at the end, we get to round to the nearest tenth. So 3.171 divided by 4 is 0.79275, and we're going to round to 1 decimal place. This 9 rounds this 7 up to an 8. So we have 0.8 gallons. We're going to go ahead and save this last one for class tomorrow, and I will see you guys then.